even know if this type of video still is a thing on YouTube, whether it still appeals to people, what the situation is. But favorites videos, which is obviously what I'm bringing to you today, I grew up watching these. Like, I grew up watching Whitney Simmons's monthly favorites videos. Those kind of videos honestly inspired me to buy so many different things, which is not always great, but some of the things that I kind of discovered and found out about in these sorts of favorites videos, life-changing. So I thought, if this does well, if you guys like it, I might start making it a regular thing, like sharing my monthly favorites, things that I'm loving at the moment, and just seeing how it goes, essentially. But in today's video, it's a March favorites, but it's gonna be a little bit of my recent favorites. Like, these aren't all things that I've discovered in March. I'd say they're all things that I've discovered in the last 3 months that honestly either make my day-to-day a million times better, or I just absolutely can't live without them now. I've written everything down on my phone as per usual because I'm the most forgetful person you will probably ever meet. I need constant reminders. Like, my phone is constantly binging at me, being like, oh, you've got to do this, oh, you've forgotten to do that, oh, you need to drop this there, blah, 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 blah. Send your parcel back, drink some water, whatever it might be. My phone is always telling me to do stuff, and thank God. In today's March favorites slash recent favorites slash that girl essentials, because I feel like lots of these things actually will make you more productive, I've split things up into beauty slash skincare, so whether that be like makeup or whatever it might be. I've got some home bits and just some general life bits, and then I've got some clothing and a book. Believe it or not, I have a book I have been reading. Can you bloody believe it? Also, this is a bit of a different setup for me. Like, I thought, given that it's more like a home style video, I would film it like in the kitchen. But anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. I think I'll probably kick off with the beauty bits because I think that's probably what people might find the most interesting. We also have a little guest that might periodically kind of join. This is my flatmate's, it's not really her cat, but she looks after him quite a lot, and he's literally the most adorable person ever. But anyway, I'm gonna kick things off with the beauty favorites, and these are all things that are now a non-negotiable in my makeup and skincare routine. My first absolute non-negotiable, you can probably see them here, are the Made by Mitchell blushes. These have changed my makeup game. I cannot emphasize this enough. I have 4 different shades now. As you can see, they're a bit messy. That's just normal because I literally do use them every single time I do my makeup. I've got Toasted Terracotta, Papaya Pudding, and Very Berry for the blush shades. If I'm honest, I don't really use this purpley shade that much. These kind of corally and orangey shades just tend to be what I reach for more. And then I've got the brown contour here, and that is in Shady Business. This contour shade specifically is quite cool toned, I want to say, which as a contour as opposed to a bronzer works really well for me, and I really do enjoy it. The blend on these is absolutely incredible. Like, they're super kind on my skin as well. I have very sensitive, acne prone skin, which is really fun. So I've got to be really careful with what makeup products I use and put on my face, and I have not ever had a single issue with these. The shade, the color payoff is literally sensational. Like, a little bit goes a very long way with these, and they're so buildable. He's gonna poke in and out of my video the whole time, so I do apologize. Another really important thing for me when I use liquid contour or liquid blush is that it doesn't remove the products I have on underneath. If your liquid products start dragging away your foundation or making it go patchy underneath, I found the Charlotte Tilbury one did that, which I know is like a massive, like, how dare I speak badly of Charlotte Tilbury, but those shimmery blushes just weren't for me. They took all my makeup off underneath. I felt like they blended down into nothing, and these Made by Mitchell ones are just so much more pigmented, so much easier to blend. I don't even find that I need to kind of wet my base again with a setting spray to blend these. I honestly can't speak any higher of them. If you don't have any, definitely have a look on TikTok Shop, because I think I picked all of these up discounted. I definitely picked up the 3 blush shades in a trio. Now I'm gonna move on to the next products because I honestly feel like I could talk about those all day, every day. Another thing that I want to mention in this video is that none of these products, none of these products have ever been gifted to me. These have all been purchased with my own money. I've not been paid to say anything about these. I'm literally just giving you my honest opinion and honest recommendation because of how bloody good these are. The next one is another TikTok viral product, and that is the Pink Honey Original Superhold Glue. Oh my god, I've only had this a couple of weeks, and as you can see, it's already been used and abused. I was a die-hard got to be glued, like, edges girl before that I used to use for my eyebrows, and I've used soap brows like the Pears soap before, and I didn't like the white residue. I didn't feel like it held my brows all day, and then I kind of went on to the Got To Be and it was good, but it wasn't like giving everything that I wanted it to give. So I thought I would give this a go. Obviously, again, ordered it on TikTok shop. I think I did get a discount on this too, although you have to be so careful because these go out of stock so quickly, so quickly. So if that doesn't just show how good they are, I don't know what does. I kid you not, it's the easiest product to use. I can literally do my eyebrows so quick, and I feel like it just gives them a really natural brow lamination effect that I really wasn't getting from the Got To Be. Like, I felt like I had to put so much of the Got To Be product in. I had to really work it in. I had to hair dryer it. It was just an absolute nightmare. This, all you need is a little bit of setting spray or a little bit of water and a spoolie, which actually comes in the pack, and you're set. These do not move. Even when I go in with a cleansing balm with these, I have to work to get it off. Do you know what I mean? It just sticks your brows down like there's no tomorrow. If you sweat, they don't start dropping. It's just a 10/10 product, and if you haven't tried it and you're into the fluffy brow look, I highly recommend. Speaking of cleansing balms, I can't speak. Oh my god, I have recently started loving the Clinique Take the Day Off balm. I've had this since Christmas, and again, a fair amount has been used. I think it's fair to say I don't wear makeup every day. I wear makeup maybe once or twice a week, probably just on the weekends, to be honest. I don't really tend to wear it to work. This melts away your makeup so well. Like, oh my god, I love the texture of it. It doesn't feel like it clogs my pores at all. And honestly, I just work the product in, go in with a flannel, with a tiny bit of water, and it just brushes it off. It is incredible. The only drawback I think from this is that it doesn't have like a little scoopy spoon. So I do just go in with my fingers, to be honest with you, which probably isn't as good as if you had a little scoop. Maybe my only one complaint, but this melts off every single type of makeup, like whether it be waterproof, any waterproof mascara or eyeliner that you have on. It melts the pink honey glue as well, any sort of lipstick, and it is incredible. Like, one swipe and it's gone. The thing I absolutely love about Clinique as well is that all the products are so scientifically backed as well. They are all fragrance free, they're allergy tested, they're tested by dermatologists as well. So you know it's safe what you're putting on your face. It's not gonna break you out. It's not ever broken me out. I've never had a problem because of it. It's never clogged my pores or anything like that. Sometimes when you come in from a long day or a long night, the last thing you wanna do is spend hours with millions of makeup remover wipes just dragging the product across your face. Do you know what I mean? So you really do need something that's a little bit more oil based that will just melt your makeup away, and this is the product. This is the one. Finally, in the kind of skincare and beauty section, this Inky List retinol here. This is the 4th time I've repurchased this now. This is so good if you have kind of acne prone skin, which obviously I do. It's really, really good at kind of preventing those fine lines on your face that lead to aging and wrinkles. I honestly do think it helps plump the skin as well. It also really does help my acne. I don't know if that's like just a really positive side effect or if that's actually meant to do that as well, but I just really like the glow I get from this when I wake up after having used it. It does make your skin photosensitive, however, so if you go on sunbeds, if you're out in the sun or anything like that, it definitely makes your skin more prone to burning, so you do need to wear an SPF. That being said, I am actually on the hunt for a really, really good SPF that I can wear underneath my makeup, kind of factor 50 level, and I've not found one yet. So if you have any recommendations, please do drop them down below because I am in dire need. I can't seem to find one that doesn't break me out, that's not too like oily, that doesn't make my makeup go funny and like cakey. I will welcome any recommendations you might have because I need one, especially given the fact that I go to LA literally in a week and a half now and I do not have a good one. So either my makeup's gonna look rubbish the whole time or I'll have found one, so please help me on that. Right, the next section is gonna be more like my home stuff, my everyday essentials. And I know it sounds really silly, but putting my water in a bigger glass like this or something that's just like a little bit more interesting to look at, and then having either a metal straw or a glass straw It makes me drink so much more. It makes me feel aesthetic. It makes me feel bougie, and quite frankly, I just love it. Just look at this. It's so cute. Like, it's really aesthetic if you're making a TikTok, or even if you just want to look at something pretty whilst you're drinking. Like, these are so good. I got the glass off Amazon, and then the straws also from Amazon. I also have recently picked up these glass ones here. I haven't used these yet, but again, really aesthetic, really cute. I feel like when you're drinking out of a straw, you end up drinking so much more. You don't even just have to use these for water either. Like, you can use it for your matcha, your iced coffee, cocktails or whatever. And the good thing about this particular one here is that it does have a straw cleaner in it. So it's just like a little wire brush that you can stick in the straw to clean. These are not the easiest things to clean without one, I'll be honest. Like, you end up running it under the tap, and then you end up keeping a little bit of soap in it, and it's just not the vibes. So make sure you pick up a straw set that does have this. It will make your life so much easier. If I can find this exact one on Amazon, I will link it as well for you, along with all these products. They will all be linked down below. But yeah, even just something as silly as this, like, I drink so much more water thanks to this and thanks to the straw. I honestly can't complain. Right, the next one is, I don't want to say controversial, it's like a little bit bougie. So not everybody will want to spend their money on this. Not everyone will think that it's an essential. Arguably it's not an essential, but for me it's one of those products or items that has made my life so much easier and so much more comfortable, and that is the AirPods Max here. Now, Tom actually bought these for me for Christmas because he is literally an angel. I travel pretty much every single weekend at the moment to France or wherever. I also do lots of my editing whilst I'm on the plane or on the train or wherever I might be going, and these are just sensational. Like, they block out every single sound around you. Like, you could be on the noisiest plane, you could have a baby crying behind you, and you will not hear a peep with these on. They have 3 different settings. They have a noise cancellation, they have a noise transparency, which doesn't even feel like you have something over your ears, which is really, really cool. And then you just have like a normal one, I think, which I don't really tend to use. But if you're like walking to work and you see someone and you end up having a conversation, you can literally just change the mode on there and you can hear everything in transparent mode. Or if you want to block everyone out, if you want to do, I don't know, like, I use them for my editing, as I say, or even just the gym. Like, it blocks out every single sound and it's so good. Obviously they're Bluetooth as well, there's no wires or anything like that. They're adjustable, so you can pull these out to make them a little bit longer and shorten them. And another great thing about these is that these, like, I don't really know what these are called, I'm not really a headphone expert, but these soft bits you can just pull out and replace. Obviously over time these will get dirty, especially if you wear makeup. So mine is starting to turn a little bit orange now, I'm not gonna lie. And even just like, they'll pick up dust, you know what I mean? So it's good to change these every so often, especially because it is near the skin on your face. You don't want to be clogging any pores or giving yourself any spots or anything like that. But these are so comfortable, and I feel like they are quite aesthetic and clean looking as well, which is another thing I absolutely love about them. This little case here, whilst it doesn't protect them that much, it does stop them from decharging. Obviously, I don't think you need to charge these very often. Like, I can probably count on one hand the amount of times I have charged them, but they do drop battery if they aren't held in this case. So it just prevents the charge from going bad, and it's also quite cute, isn't it? It does protect them a little bit. These are an absolute game changer if you are one of those people that lives and dies by headphones. I know that sounds really stupid, but for the gym, they're amazing. For being in loud, busy places where you just need to get your head down and concentrate, they are amazing, and I couldn't recommend them more. And honestly, even on the plane, like, these send me to sleep because I can't really hear anything out of them, especially if I'm playing music and I've got them in noise cancellation mode. Like, I cannot hear a peep around me. So if I just want to lay my head back and fall asleep, it's so easy. And that's coming from someone that has trouble sleeping in transport. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not one of those people that just head back and can sleep anywhere. Those are a massive help and a game changer. So Tom, thank you so much. Right, next item that is an absolute game changer for me, or not necessarily a game changer, but just really useful and something that I do use all the time, is another present from Tom, is this Longchamp holdall here. I think this was one of my birthday presents, I can't remember, so I got this in December. It's in the gorgeous brown colour here, and it does have my initials on as well. I think this is in the biggest size it comes as well, and if you are a person that travels frequently like me, you can get onto an EasyJet flight with this bag if you haven't paid for additional baggage. So it actually does, if you don't fill it to the very brim, you can kind of like fold it and squish it to fit into the, like, what do you call it, like baggage restriction thing. Obviously I still put it overhead, like I don't put it under the seat because it is still quite big, but it's one of those things that I use every single time I go away. Obviously the fact that it's within the kind of baggage restriction control as well is so useful, because I hate paying extra money for baggage, especially with all the trips I do. It's just not ideal. It makes everything so much more expensive. I think adding a bag on now when you fly EasyJet is like at least £26 each way, and it's like, no, I'd rather not pay for that, do you know what I mean? But actually, a quick tip, if you are someone that flies EasyJet, I know Ryanair are a lot more strict, but EasyJet especially, as long as your carry-on doesn't have wheels, they won't usually size check it. So you could have like a big kind of shoulder bag or a, what do you call them, like a massive tote bag, and normally you'll get away with it even if it is bigger, because obviously I think it's fair to say this is bigger than the under the seat bag compartment that they ask you to put the bag in. So I have had this absolutely filled to the brim before, and they've never once asked me to pay extra or even check the size of the bag, because it's not one that has the wheels that goes on the floor, and you know, it can probably squash under the seat if you want it to. I'd say this is a really good travel hack. I just love this, like I wear it so much. I take it every single time I go to France. It's a really, really good size as well, and it's just really handy that you can zip it up. Like some of these hold-all bags don't always have a zip, especially if they're more kind of tote style like this, but it just makes me feel like a little bit safer, do you know what I mean? So absolute win on this. Again, Tom is literally the best present buyer ever, so thank you again. It's not necessarily something I can't live without, but it's something that I use all the time, and that is really, really like helpful in my day-to-day and when I travel, so I highly recommend. And it is pretty massive. Like, you can fit a lot in here. Right, the next one is these clips here. Now, I've got two more to show you. These are from Shein, and I honestly don't love to shop from Shein, but it is what it is. So I'll link these down below for you. I kind of only really like to buy accessories from there, because I tell myself that if I were to buy them from H&M or even Amazon, that the hair accessories are probably all going to be coming from China. I don't love to support Shein, but here we are. These are amazing. They hold my thick head of hair. Like if I want to tuck the whole thing up, they hold it no problem. I really like these because they're square as well, and they have quite a lot of resistance to them. Like the ones that are really floppy, my hair just falls out. So I don't love that. I also bought this in a set of 3. So I've got this like white beigey one here. I honestly can't really show you. This one, I've got the black and I've got the brown, so neutral colours, essentials, really, really good for getting your hair out of your face. I use them at the gym as well, I use them at work. They're just really cute, stylish hair accessories, and again, I really like them because they're like more rectangular and square. So I really recommend these. I know you can get them at so many different places. You can get them at Primark. You can get them at pretty much any high street store, but I just picked these particular ones up, and I wanted to be transparent that they were from Shein, even though I don't love shopping there. So there we go. I don't want to dwell on those too much because I don't feel like there's a huge amount to say about them, but there we go. This is the second to last piece. I feel like everyone and their mother has this coat. This is, of course, the viral Molly May Zara jacket with the belt. It's faux leather. I had to search far and wide to pick this up. I actually ended up paying over the odds for it on Vinted, I think, because it got to the point where I was like, I just want it. Like, it's so easy to style. It's so expensive looking. It's obviously got that vintage kind of, not print, but it's got that vintage kind of look to the leather, which I really, really like. The belt accent on it is really, really cute as well, and it's just really, really gorgeous. Like, it's heavy duty, it's nice material, and I just love it so much. And I know what you're probably thinking, like, okay, like everyone in the UK has that right now, but not everybody has it where I'm moving to in Switzerland. Like, I had a little bit of a nosy and I was like, actually, I can't see anyone wearing it. Now, I don't know if it's part of their collection in Switzerland or not, but I feel like it's one of those pieces where, of course, I'll wear it in England and probably look a little bit basic, but I'll wear it in Switzerland and think I'm the most innovative bitch going because no one else has it. That is the reason I wanted to include it. I think it's so nice, it's so versatile. Like, even in the 2 weeks I've had it, I've worn it most days. I know as well, Rianne did a video with Pull & Bear and she picked up kind of like a dupe for it. It didn't have the belt on it and it was like ever so slightly different, but a really, really good dupe if you can't find this one because it sells out so quickly and people are putting them up on Depop and Vintage for so much money. So yeah, definitely worth checking out on Pull & Bear. If I can find that one as well, I will link it below too. But yeah, a really, really good dupe and such an essential piece of my wardrobe. I feel like now that it's getting to more springtime as well, like I don't need a coat that's as heavy duty and as like fluffy and long as some of my other ones. This, because it's cropped, it's definitely not cold because it's thick material, but it can be a bit drafty. Do you know what I mean? Like if you've just got a crop top on underneath. But now we're really getting into the season where you could just pop out with a tiny crop top underneath this and you'd be absolutely fine. It's one of those pieces that you can dress up to go out in, you can chuck it on to go do your errands or go walk the dog if you have a dog or anything like that. So really versatile, absolutely love it. I feel like a very basic bitch including it, but it is one of my favorites. So there we go. And finally, I actually have a book. Like, I don't really read that much, but this book really grabbed my attention because it said that it was like the new Bridget Jones, and I love Bridget Jones. I think it's so funny. This is so funny. It can be like a little bit of a tearjerker at times as well, but I feel like as a woman, this is just like a great book to read. It really does bring so many emotions. It's really funny. It can be light-hearted at points. Like sometimes you do, as I say, shed a little bit of a tear, but it's called Confessions of a 40-something F-up. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to get demonetized. It's great. The reviews of this online are amazing as well, and it was so good. I was tempted to write a review myself. Obviously, I'm not 40 and I wouldn't really view myself as an F-up, but I think this is very relatable, and I think as a woman, this offers a lot of reassurance. Some of the things in here makes you think, okay, like maybe I'm not the only one that experiences that, or maybe I'm not the only person that feels that. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, I definitely did not read this quickly. I'm one of those people that will pick up a book like maybe once a week, maybe like if I'm on holiday on a beach or something, but otherwise I don't really just pick up a book every night. I wish I did, but I don't. It's simple enough that you can come back to it and still be very entertained. So highly recommend this if you're a reader or even if you're not a reader. Anyway guys, that is everything that I've got to show you for this month's and my first favorites video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Like, I love sharing this kind of stuff with you. Obviously, as I said, all of these belongings, apart from the gifts from my boyfriend, have been paid for by myself. It's all my own opinion. I literally just wanted to share these because I love these types of videos. I think they're really informative. I think they're great. So definitely let me know if you want to see any more of these videos. Like, I would quite happily make this a monthly or bi-monthly, if you can even say that, thing, to let you guys know what I'm loving at the moment. Definitely let me know in the comments as well what your favorites and essentials are as well, and if you have a good SPF, because I would love to hear about that. I'm dying to get one. I'm gonna stop talking now because I've literally been talking to the camera for 45 minutes now. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!